Vision without action is a dream. Action without a vision is merely a passing of time. But a vision with action can change the world. Welcome to an evolution of ideas, where energy is released, where ideas flow and talent is unplugged, where our thirst is quenched, where we come together to concentrate our efforts, rediscover ourselves, and define who we are, thereby capturing and releasing the spirit of Africa's creativity. When the spirit of Africa is released, we begin to dream in color. We make our dreams come true. Realizing the dream, it becomes a revitalized reality. I am an African, not because I was born in Africa, but because Africa is born in me. As Africans, we need to rely on the strength inherited from all those who came before us. The grandparents, mothers and fathers, sisters, aunts, brothers, whose spirits were tested with unimaginable hardships, yet survived. We need to take our greatest strength from their strength. We need to bring our history of all the people who paved the way for us and who are part of who we are. Can you feel it? Can you touch it? Can you taste it? Can you smell it? Can you hear it? Can you see it? It's the spirit of Africa. Let us celebrate, honor, and distinguish Africa. What color is it? What shape is it? What is it made of? What is its trademark? Create a global mindset of Africa's creative spirit. Define the hallmarks of Africa's identity. Celebrate the difference and affirm a distinguished Africa. Discover a sense of worthiness in being part of Africa and in realizing the dream of the African Renaissance. Instill patriotism, narrate Africa's ancient wisdom, express our African personality on the African continent and globally. Reflect African values and interests. Showcase the things that define Africa and its competent, successful people with a profound sense of dignity, self-worth, and purpose. This is the pulse of Africa's creative spirit, and you are at that pulse. What can you do to capture the African spirit and to paint a portrait of Africa's pride for our children, youth, adults, for the public? What formats would you use? What platforms? What messages? What partners? What technology? What resources? What images? And what capacity? What is your winning formula? What is the strategy for innovation? What color is your dream?
These images, this dream sums up Yvonne Kame's inspirational dream that she has chosen to share with others. Through realizing your dreams and weaving them together into something that radiates love, life, and creativity, the running of an ethical business becomes a natural phenomenon. Good business ethics means that we operate from a knowingness of a soul level, which means living and acting with integrity that eventually leads to the reawakening of the genius in you. Perhaps Yvonne's dream has triggered that awakening in you. Yvonne Kame is regarded as a well-placed professional with immense international experience in the field of education and media, and is well known for delivering high-quality content. Among the many programs commissioned during her time, across all genres, many were award-winning that helped shape people's lives and served to transform the lives of millions of viewers. Yvonne was also responsible for translating the SABC's content management strategy by establishing the first centralized structure for content management called the Content Hub. In leading the Content Hub, Yvonne often said, "The gift of imagination is at the core of our ability to innovate. Imagination is more important than knowledge." It was at the height of her career that in June 2007, Yvonne was faced with a fatal tumor that changed the course of her life forever. During this time, she came to a profound realization that she could either choose to live or to die.
I got a telephone call. My wife says to me, "Don't worry, I am fine, but I'm at the hospital. I'm going to ICU." I'm saying, but that's a contradiction in terms. You can't say I'm fine and I'm at the hospital and I'm going to ICU. That's my wife for you.
Ndotuka, bathu Peter vuyosuthuka solila ndathi akwazi bandingangali kuba xa ngaba ndingashiywa ngulo mama. Yena mama, yena tata. Ezi zinto zonke abandenzela zona into yokwenzela ngubani. Yabo. Hamba noPeter. Uthe xa sifika esibhedlela uPeter kwanguye onizabo Yvonne. Bengamboni mina Yvonne. Ufumene nje umuntu inqwaba kasingaka umuntu.
I got back from camp on the Thursday, but it happened on Thursday morning. I got happy and I got back and I was all happy and stuff. And then I got back home to this news and everyone else was like all morose and stuff. I didn't quite understand why.
When I saw her in that hospital bed, my heart sank.
And when I got to hospital and I saw her face, on one side was like, oh, I was like, oh my goodness. I didn't know what to say or do.
I didn't even know what was happening, but I just knew that any support that I had, I would give 110%.
And it just got worse. I knew the severity of it. And the severity was she gonna survive now? And then I calculated, yes, we'll all pray she'll survive. And then the future, this thing recurs. There isn't an absolute cure. I think that is something that bothers me all the time. This was a very driven woman. This wasn't a manager or a boss. This was a leader. And I think in that way, she's a mother, she's a sister, and above all, she's a very, very good friend. And a friend to everyone. Yvonne Kame will never put herself first. She is a person of service, and her service is to the South African public.
Her choice was life, and this choice coincided with her spiritual awakening, where she came to the recognition that being aware of one's spirit is just a stepping stone in her journey.
Through all the journeys that I have traveled, I'd come to the conclusion that just who we are has to work in harmony. Your mind, your intellect, your body, and your spirit.
To truly live, one needs to be in spirit, inspired, be it in the private, social, or corporate environment. One cannot divorce spirituality from all aspects of life, including the corporate world. Being an ethical leader and driving ethics in business begins with you.
In her own way, during the process of recovery, she explored and looked at ways of accomplishing fuller healing, in that the one aspect of the healing has got to do with medical science, but the other aspect of the healing has got to do with the mind, just got to do with the spirit.
The first step is to take responsibility and have the ability to respond to a situation from a point of knowing. This serves as a beacon of light that guides us in our lives. Operating from one's truth requires that one is bold enough to travel the road less traveled. Her deep inspiration to all those around her continues to serve not only herself and her family, but many others who seek her wisdom, her prayer, and her healing. Yvonne serves to heal, inspire, challenge life to the full, and lives only in the spirit of the now. She says, with mirth and laughter that fills any room when she walks into it. No one in life is an extra. Everyone has a story. Each one plays a lead role in a unique and beautiful story. So what is your story? What are your values, and how are they contributing to the building of sustainable ethics in business? Remember that the ethics in business begins with you. We are all born with a natural intrinsic wisdom and understanding of knowing what is right and wrong. We all need to listen to this gift. If we truly listen to this gift, we will in turn and naturally run an ethical business. The challenge is to find the right tools to assist our intuition. Once you have found those tools, the challenge is to stay true to them. There are 3 principles or methods for maintaining good business ethics in difficult circumstances. Simply be present, fully there, without judgment or prejudice, with whatever occurs. Try to see difficult circumstances and happenings as learning experiences. Always see blessings in a crisis. Recognize whatever arises as pure energy, a magical display or projection of awareness and wisdom itself. The issue of acceptance is key, and living in the moment is key. The past is history. The future is a mystery. The gift is now. Use your gift to ensure ongoing ethics in business. Because
what will matter? Ready or not, someday it'll all come to an end. There will be no more sunrises, no minutes, hours, or days.
Through all the days that eat away at every breath that I take,
the things you collected, whether treasured or forgotten, will pass to someone else.
Someone else's dream awake. All the words in truth that was
Your wealth, fame, and temporal power will shrivel to irrelevance.
oh, it's only you that remains with me.
It will not matter what you owned or what you were owed. Your grudges, resentments, frustrations, and jealousies will finally disappear. So too, your hopes, ambitions, plans, and to-do lists will expire. The wins and losses that once seemed so important will fade away. It won't matter where you came from or what side of the tracks you lived on at the end. It won't matter whether you were beautiful or brilliant.
You put him down. Inside him, a boy looks up to his father.
Even your gender and skin color will be irrelevant.
Oh, it's fine.
So, what will matter?
Now gone. Still so
How will the value of your days be measured? What will matter is not what you bought, but what you built. Not what you got, but what you gave. What will matter is not your success, but your significance. What will matter is not what you learned, but what you taught. What will matter is every act of integrity, compassion, courage, or sacrifice that enriched, empowered, or encouraged others to emulate your example. What will matter is not your competence, but your character. What will matter is not how many people you knew, but how many will feel a lasting loss when you are gone. What will matter is not your memories, but the memories of those who loved you. What will matter is how long you will be remembered, by whom, and for what. Living a life that matters doesn't happen by accident. It's not a matter of circumstances, but of choice. Choose to live a life that matters.